So I took the cover off the chairs, and this is what they look like without the cover. I'm going to start deconstructing it and see how that goes. So many staples. So many staples. There is so many layers of staples. This is crazy. I don't know why they have so many staples. Like, oh my goodness. It makes me want to do this. How else can I get these staples out? But I'll do it. I'll truck through it. I just got to get all these staples out and then find out where all the other millions of staples are hidden on this chair. So I'm getting there slowly. This is deconstruction day 1. Captain's vlog, day 1. Staples. They're wearing me down. They're wearing me down, man. They have strength in numbers. Oh, send help. Help has arrived. We have a chance. We just might win this one. This is all Natalie's fault. I blame her from Vintage Porch. She redid an antique couch that looks fantastic. Go check it out. Beautiful. And she inspired me to do my chairs. And this is where we're at, fighting staples to the death. Natalie, it's all your fault. Thanks. Thanks a lot, girl. So I got one more a section down here of staples to do, and then this part will be done, but the bottom part anyway will be done. But I don't know why they covered this part up. I'm hoping that when I pull this top part off, that I can just maybe just keep this all open and just do a cushion instead of wrapping the fabric around. I'll see what the back looks like, but I don't know. I'm painting this anyway, so I don't care about the different colors. So, but I don't know. So far, it looks cool. We'll see. The staples, by the way, they're losing. They're losing hardcore. We'll see. The staples, by the way, they're losing hardcore. So I see why they wrapped it around. I guess to cover up some of the glued pieces together. I'm painting all this, so I don't really care about that actually. So I think when I redo this, I'm just going to wrap the fabric this way down here and this down here, and then again in the back, just wrap it here and there, and see how that comes out, because I like the more wood showing. This is just a notch in here, but this piece and this piece are glued. But again, I'm painting it all, so I really don't think it's going to be an issue. I'll just wrap it around like that. So we'll see it. A lot of this cushion is actually still really good. So I think I'm just going to reuse the foam. It's not like nasty, musty. It doesn't smell. It's still really in good condition. So I'm going to keep all that. Save me a little bit on cushioning. But so far, so the fabric's all off. And I think what I'm going to try and do is I want to show as much wood as I can. So I think I'm going to try and staple the fabric under here and put some piping around. I was thinking burlap piping. I'll show you the fabric when I'll get that out. But I think I am going to try and tuck this stuff in and see what I can do about that. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but it seems like it would be. And then I could have the whole chair painted white. But I think that would look really neat. I haven't decided what I'm going to do in the back yet. I don't know yet. I don't know what to do with that part just yet. But we'll see. That's a work in progress. But first I'm going to start with the front and see what I can get done. I got to paint it. So the next step is to try and get this all tucked in to where I want it, to staple the fabric on and stuff, and then I got to paint it all, and we'll see. So that's the next step. Next step is painting. So that's next. Coming up. Hey, okay, so the first coat is on. It's going to look great, and it's going to take 3 coats to get this one done. There was a dark finish on her, so I'm going to do another coat later tonight, and then the second one probably tomorrow. And then I will reveal the fabric that I'm going to put on here. I do have to order the piping. I'm going to do the burlap piping on there, like I said before, but I don't have any, so I'm going to have to order it. So it might take a couple days to get here. Usually it's 2-day shipping. So by the time I do put the fabric on and finish painting it, it'll be here. So that should be good. Or even if I have to wait a day, no big deal. But yeah, so these are going to look great. I'm really excited about getting these done. So I will touch back with you when the final coats are done. See you later. Hey y'all, so the chair's got the final coat on it. It is doing, is drying right now. I just did it. But I wanted to show you guys the fabric that I chose. I did have to order the piping. So here's the fabric. So this is the fabric I chose to do the chairs in. I redid my dining set with this fabric, and I'm so in love with it. I absolutely love it. I got it from fabric.com. It's from the Magnolia collection. Yeah, so the Magnolia collection from fabric.com. I will post the link so that you guys can click on it and see. It was not very expensive at all. I actually got way more than I needed. So I'm going to use it up with these two chairs. I think it's going to look fantastic. I did have to order the piping. I am doing a burlap piping for the chairs. I think that's going to be a super contrast and it's going to look really nice. So I ordered them. I had to order that from, I actually got them from Michael's. So I just got to wait for that to come in. But I should be able to start cutting fabric tonight to start doing the chairs tomorrow. And so how am I going to cut the fabric, you ask? I don't know. I have to figure it out. I'm just doing this step by step. I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm probably going to have to maybe just see a tutorial real quick, maybe on YouTube, about how to measure the fabric, or I could just cut squares and throw it on and, you know, see what happens. I don't know. But so I haven't figured that part out yet. But that's the fabric I chose. I'm so excited now. Now it's just I'm ready to get this done with and see what it's going to look like. So, but I'll take you along with me when I start cutting the fabric up. I am going to distress the chairs. I'm going to sand them down and distress them a bit. So that'll look cool. That'll look cool. So we'll get that together. All right. See you later. All right. So she's all sanded down and distressed, and I think it's going to look great. There's a lot of work. I did as much as I could. So now I'm going to get the fabric out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a square out for the bottom first, because you do the seat portion first. So I'm just going to cut that out first, and then I'll kind of probably tack on one end or staple on one end, and then do that way, and I'm sure I'll have to end up cutting, you know, obviously cutting corners here, and stuff. So we'll see. But I'm gonna start by just cutting a square to fit the seat here, cushion, and then we'll get that done. So I'll catch back and do that. Okay, so I cut a piece of fabric. I just cut a square, and then I laid it out on here. I'm tucking it in. I'm just kind of stretching it and tucking it in where I can, just to see how it's gonna lay out, and where I'm gonna staple it. And just making sure I'm going to have enough fabric to cover the areas that I need to. My little guy's over there making a mess. So that's my first step. My first step is just to get it on and see how it's going to lay out. And I'm getting so excited. But my burlap piping didn't ship yet, so that might actually be a couple more days than I was expecting it to be. That's all right. It might take me a little bit to do this. Plus, if this turns out really good, I'll start on the second chair while I'm waiting for the pipe. Excuse me, I'm making a video over here. Excuse me. So yeah, I will. I'm going to start doing this, and then I'm just going to kind of start stapling it on. And we'll see. I got a lot of fabric, so that's all I did. All I did to start out with is I cut a square. Again, this is what I'm doing. I don't know if this is more or less like the correct way to do it, but again, I've never done this before, so I'm just kind of playing it by ear. So I'm tucking everything in, laying it out, stretching it out, making sure I see how it's going to lay out, and I think that's where I'm starting right now. So mistake number one I made is that as I'm starting to staple this, I didn't keep the fabric in a straight line. So now it's all going to get crooked. So now I have to pull out half the staples and do over number one. Okay, once you tighten the fabric up, you can actually see where the piping is going to go. Nice little indent there, which is good. Helps with that line to know where you're going to put the piping. All I did was I stretched the fabric back, and I cut two slits on the outer part of the back of the chair, one here and one on the other side, so I could tuck this in, and I went into the back Here you can see I just kind of wrapped it around. I just kind of pulled it through the bottom, the back here in the bottom, make it looks like a little skirt, and then I pulled it so that it pulls up the front, so that's not hanging down. So then I'm just going to take that and I'm going to staple that, but I have to reload my stapler. So far, it seems to be that I'm doing it the right way, but only time will tell, and 1,000 more mistakes to go. All right, so yeah, just pull it through and around the edges a little bit here. Not bad. A little, not so hard right now. I don't think I've gotten to the hard part. I think the arms are going to be the hard part, but we'll get there little by little. Okay, so this is what I'm doing to determine where to cut the arm chair. So I'm just folding the side over like this so it's flat, so that I can kind of get an idea of where I want to cut it. So this is what I'm thinking. I haven't seen a video or anything, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I don't want to cut too close to the edge here, because I want to have extra fabric. More fabric to me is always easier to take away than less fabric. Cutting too short. So I'm going to cut it kind of like in the middle of the arm here and see where that gets me. So I'm going to cut it, the fabric, like about right here, about right where the middle of the arm would be, and see how that works first. I can always cut more if I need to, but I rather... Okay, so the bottom part is done, the seat part. Well, semi-done. Just got to get the piping to cover up a lot of stuff. It's by no means is it perfect. I did make a couple mistakes. The hardest part for me actually is this area right here behind the arm here. This was the hardest part for me. The front part was easy. Tucking it in was easy, but this little nook right here was the hardest part for me for the bottom piece. Luckily, I can kind of pull the piping through, and that'll kind of hide some of this. But that was the hardest part. I sat on it, jumped on it. Nothing's coming apart. Looks good. Again, these corner pieces right here really kind of threw me for a loop, but I probably should have watched a video. But so I just got to get the piping on, and that'll be nice. Can't wait for that to come in. Next is I got to do the backing. I do have the back cushion for that. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do here. I think I'm just going to staple it on the inside. Staple it along the inside, and then cover this, and then again along the inside, and then put the piping around the hole out of that. So that's what I might do. But so far so good. Just a little minor hiccups. And again, it's not perfect. You can see this side kind of pushes out a little bit more than this side. But trial and error, I don't think is bad for my very first time reupholstering a armchair. I've done my dining chairs, but those are easy. You just pull the boards off and you staple everything to the boards. You put the board back on. This is a little bit harder, but so I don't think it's bad. I don't think it looks bad at all. We'll see. I still got a little ways left to go. Okay, so I had to move the chair to the floor for this part, but I had to trim the top of the cushion for the backing here, because the way it was before is it wrapped around the whole thing, wrapped around and down the back. I don't want to do that. I want to show the top of the chair. So I had to trim it because it's going to only be down to this line here. So you're going to see the top of the chair, and I kind of want that. I like the contour of it. So I'm going to have that showing. So I had to trim it a little bit. Now I'm going to go and just kind of measure a little bit and cut the fabric that I need, and start working on the back. More to come. Okay, so I measured and cut my fabric. I don't know if this is kind of the right way to do it or not, but I laid it down, the chair down to do the back part, because I feel like it's easier to have it flat, or instead of staying pulling something upright like this and then holding it up at the same time. This way it holds itself, gravity obviously, holds it down, and I could staple around it kind of like I would be doing, you know, the cushions on the chair or something. So I'm just going to lay it down like this and start stapling it that way. This way everything holds, I don't have to staple and hold something up at the same time. I was trying to do it and I found that it was just a little bit too difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and try it this way. I'm laying it flat down. I cut my piece out and I'm going to start stapling it. I'm going to staple it. This technically is the top. I'm going to start stapling the top of the chair first. Why? I don't know. It just seems like it's the easiest point to, because I don't have to cut anything. I have to cut the arms there and I have to cut it this way so I can tuck it in. So it just seems like this is the easiest point to start with. So, all right, I'm going to start stapling her up. All right, so the back is on. I kind of messed up a couple times. I had to redo this side twice because this part wasn't really exactly in the center. It's still not exactly in the center, but I only can do what I can do. It's probably pretty much as best as I can get it for my first time doing it anyway. So the piping will cover up actually a little bit more, so that'll be nice. So I just have to cut the back piece. Just have to cut the back piece here and staple that on, and then she's all done until the piping comes in, and I hope that comes very soon. I'm anxiously awaiting it in the mail. We'll catch back with you when the piping comes in and I start doing that. Okay, so I just wanted to pop in here real quick. I have the piping almost done on the back of the chair. It's coming out so good. I can't wait to show you guys the final product. But the final reveal, it's going to look great. But I just wanted to show you how I put the piping on. I actually just reused a hot glue gun. I've used the hot glue gun a whole bunch of times already with piping, and I have never had a problem. So you push it on, it stays on. You can tug it. It's on there. It's not coming off. So I've never had an issue with it. So I'm going to continue to keep using the hot glue. But yeah, I'm just putting it on. This is the last strip here. I'm just going to squeeze it on. And I don't think I put enough on that time. And I just push it on and I hold it a couple seconds. And that's it. Good to go. So it's almost done. It's coming along. And I will have the post up tonight, the reveal tonight for the chair. It's looking great. Woo woo. So these are the finished chairs. I think they came out absolutely fantastic. I'm glad I exposed more of the chair than originally was exposed. I'll show you the back. I like it much better this way. It really adds a lot of character to it. You can see a lot of the chair. So I thought it came out really good. So if you like this video, you want to see some more of my DIY projects that I have going on around the house, just like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.